Well, hello. Today is Saturday, April 17th. You like my shirt? 4 out of 5 Great Lakes prefer Michigan. Sorry, Canada. Once again, I tell you, Lake Ontario. It's way over by Toronto. I don't care. Holmes. Remember that. Holmes. Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior. Little shortcut I learned in Catholic school. But anyway, we do have some birthdays today. Today is April Ellison, E-L-L-Y-S-O-N. I think it's Ellison. April, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear April. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I wonder if you were born in May, they would have been called May. Or even if you were born in June, would you have been June? I know, silly me. It's also Paul Newman. That's Esther's husband. Paul, it's your birthday. Although by the time you watch this, your birthday will be over because they live in England. They live in London. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paul. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you both have a really great birthday. I've had like a pretty busy morning so far. David wanted to go to the credit union to open up a credit card, and he was a little nervous about doing it by himself. And so he says, Grandma, do you mind going with me? And I go, no, I don't care. So I went with him and just sat back like a little fly on the wall and let him answer everything. We got out to the car, and he says, I could have done that. I says, I know, David, but everything's kind of hard the first time you try it. And I said, I don't have a problem doing it. So he says, oh, I'm glad you did. And then I went to Kroger's because they got my raspberries in finally. I know in Canada they said there's a shortage of strawberries, and they said how much it cost. Judy Rivet was telling me that it's almost $5. I get 16 ounces for $1.67 because they're on sale this week. But the raspberries were high. They were $3.99 for just a small little container, like probably 6 ounces. But I spent $3.99 for them because I love my berries. Like I said in my weekend highlights yesterday, I'm going to do a menu for Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So tomorrow's video, I'll show you what I'm planning on eating on Monday. I'm just going to do it the day before. I know I should probably plan out all 3 days, but no, I think I'm just going to do it the day before. Tomorrow is my son Danny's birthday, but we're not going to do his birthday until Thursday because we're going to do a family dinner on Thursday. I'm going to do a family dinner. We're all vaccinated, so we're all looking forward to it. It's supposed to be nice, so we can probably be outside. We'll probably eat in the house, but then we'll separate and go sit outside. Jim's actually cutting the grass right now because all of our neighbors are cutting the grass. So I'm thinking it's a little bit too soon to get started on that, but I don't know. I'm just so glad I'm taking this month of April. I know I keep harping on it. Like me, I get on a loop. And I just kind of like a merry-go-round, keep going around and around and around until I jump off. And on May 1st, I'm going to jump off and get back to trying to lose weight again. But right now, I'm really kind of content. I really am. I've just realized that this year, I've been concentrating so much on setting my goal, of reaching my goal, that I'm just not enjoying my life and just stressing too much. And so I feel better. I just feel better. I know that I've had a small gain for the last couple weeks. I've kept it under a pound each week, but you know what? Those little tiny little 0.3s, 0.4s, 0.5s, they add up. They do add up. I do realize that. But for now, I'm just kind of content. I had some, for breakfast, I had some Kodiak pancakes, and I had a couple of the turkey sausages and a glass of milk. And I'm not going to eat lunch today. And then for dinner, I'm going to have some of my chili I took out of the freezer, and I'm going to have a ham sandwich. So trying to get back to just eating 2 meals a day, because I think I do better with just 2 meals a day. Although I think with my menu on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I think I'm going to plan 3 smaller meals and have 3 meals, just to kind of change up my week a little bit. I did kind of avoid some of my, I know when I said I avoid fruits, I always think of my berries as my fruits. I realize I had the grapefruit and the banana, and I know that's fruit. But to me, my fruit I need to cut back on are berries. I realize that the berries are very high in nutrients, and they're like perfect, they're the perfect thing. And nobody got fat eating berries. I understand all of that. But I think anything in life you can take to an excess, good things and bad. And so I just, I am trying to cut back a little bit on it. I, in the past, had berries every single day of the week. I am trying to cut that back a little bit, not to have them every single day. It's hard for me. And as much as I love vegetables, and I say this all the time, as much as I love vegetables, it just doesn't seem right to have like a cucumber for breakfast. But what difference does it make? I would eat pizza for breakfast. That is not, well, in my world it is a breakfast food. But for the most part, pizza for breakfast is not a breakfast food. But I find nothing wrong with having a piece of pizza for breakfast. Or, my favorite, cold French fries. I love leftover French fries, eating them cold. Oh, I just love it. And I would eat that for breakfast. I know that's kind of like a hash brown, which is a potato. But I really, really, truly need to get more vegetables in. I really do. So I think that one of the days I'll probably make a... See, when I make my scrambled eggs with all my vegetables in it, the eggs look really bad. It just doesn't look like if somebody brought it to you in a restaurant, you'd think, don't go to that restaurant. That food looks terrible. Because it's all in presentation. Because, you know, Lainey over at Lainey's Life, her food always looks so good. A Bee over at Bee's Journey, I always think of, oh, I should have that because it looks so good. Joan at Joan's Point of Plate cooks everything perfectly. I know she'll say she doesn't, but we all know she does. And then Dish with Dee comes up with her own recipes all the time. And Kim over at Girl on Her Phone is always trying something new. And there's just so many people out there that give me inspiration. And I see it and I'm thinking, you know what, I should change it up because I eat the same things all the time. I think because they're so familiar to me. And it's just my favorites. And so that's why I turn to it. And I really, truly think that if I started to eat smaller meals, that I could incorporate different types of foods into my life. It would be 100% easier if Jim was on board with all of this, but he's not. But then I can't really blame Jim on this either because Jim works afternoons, and so my dinners are pretty much whatever I make. And there's only so many things you can throw in the freezer and pull out another day and have it just taste as good as it did the first time you made it. But, so... rethinking that too. I know there's some recipes I told you I was going to try, and I have the stuff. I got the ingredients. They're in my pantry and in my freezer. I just haven't pulled them out. So maybe on one of my menu days this week, I'll pull them out and I'll make one of those menus or recipes. Because I think I did one for a turkey rice soup or something, or with the meatballs. I have the meatballs in the freezer. I have all of that stuff, but I just have to get the oomph going or whatever. But anyway, I was looking at the things and I saw that cartoon or the meme with the young little girl looking into the window at the older grandma, and it's so true. It's just so true. When I watch things on TV and you miss something and you rewind it, so many times in my life I just wish that there was a way I could rewind it. And then I always think, well, maybe you come back in another life and you come back and live your life again. But then if you do, what good does it do? I don't remember being in any other lives. This is the only life I remember being in. So I can't really say that I had lived in another life. But hopefully, when I get up to heaven, it'll make up for all the things that I screwed up here on earth. But I always think that, especially with this weight loss journey that I'm on, that I keep hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping that I'll reach my goal. And I really have been postponing my happiness because I've been basing all of my happiness on reaching that number. And I am going to be happy when I reach that number. I am not going to lie to you. I am going to be happy. And I'm sure you guys are going to be happy because you're going to be sick and tired of hearing about it from me. I understand that completely. But in the meantime, I'm tired of postponing my happiness. I really am. And so I'm just going to live a little bit better. And these are the 6 things that they say that if you have these in your life, that you really can say that you have happiness in your life. The first thing is the sun. I live in the north, so we don't get much sun in the winter, but we get enough sun. And my weather's coming up, spring and summer, my seasons, being outside. I love it. I can't get enough sun. I really can't. I promise you this year I'll put sunscreen on. I know in the past I've never wore sunscreen, but I grew up in the generation where people sat and put baby oil all over their bodies. They greased their whole bodies up with baby oil and sat in the sun and baked so that they could get tan. Little did we know that that was not a good thing to do. But I think that the ozone layer wasn't as bad back then, so it really didn't do as much damage as it does now. But even with that, you still need to get the sun, and so I will do that. The second thing we need is plenty of rest. Well, trust me, I get plenty of rest. I stay up late, but I get up late. So I get my full 8 hours sleep at night. And I know I'm old. Old people aren't supposed to require 8 hours sleep, but this old lady requires 8 hours sleep. And I get it every night. And if the nights I don't get it, I nod off in that chair and fall asleep and make it up for it. The third thing you need in life is exercise. I am so fortunate that I can walk every day. I am so fortunate that maybe I don't go for a dedicated walk every day, but I'm able to walk around the house, walk around in the supermarket, walk around my house outside, just doing stuff outside. I'm capable of getting my exercise in, and I know that that's not true of a lot of people. That, you know, like they're confined, and I feel bad for them. But hopefully they figured out some way to get some sort of exercise, even if they're not mobile enough to get up and do exercise, if you know what I mean. The fourth thing is your diet. Now, your diet doesn't mean you have to be on a diet. Anytime you eat is your diet. I am trying to concentrate on eating healthy and staying fit and just being happy with the food choices that I'm making. My Starbucks drink yesterday, it was my happiness. It really was. Now, I make that passion fruit imitation tea, which is very good. It really is good, and it's like 0 or 1 point. I count it as 1 point if I have a bigger glass. But every once in a while, once a month, I get a coupon from Verizon because I'm a member of Verizon, and they send you a Verizon Up coupons. And every month they send me a $5 coupon that I can use at different stores that they pick. And I always pick the Starbucks, and I always get the Mango Dragon Fruit iced tea lemonade. I always get that every month because it costs $4.90, and I have a $5 coupon, so I use it every month. And so every month I look forward to having that 7-point drink, and I plan it into my day. The fifth thing that you should have is self-respect. I really do have a lot of self-respect. I really do. If you can't respect yourself, you can't treat your body right. And by right, I mean eating healthy foods, getting the proper amount of water, getting the proper amount of vitamins and nutrients in there, vegetables and fruits, and well balance your meals. You got to have some self-respect for your personality and for your body also. And the sixth thing they tell you, which I know I have a lot of, is friends. I have so many friends. It's just, I can't even begin to tell you. I consider all of you my friends. When I'm talking to you, I feel like we're talking together. When you answer me with your comments, I feel like we got a conversation going on back and forth. And I really know a lot of you. I picture you in my mind how I think you look. You have the advantage, you know how I look. Good, bad, and ugly, any day that it comes up. But that's kind of like when you read a book and you really like getting into, like one of my books is the Alex Cross Mysteries. I would have never put Morgan Freeman as Alex Cross. I don't know why. He just wasn't who I pictured. John Sanford on his mysteries, on his things that he does, all of his books. I don't think he's ever put anybody on TV now that I'm thinking about it. But for the most part, people that I imagine in my mind, when they actually play the movie part, they don't live up to my expectations. But you guys all live up to my expectations. No worries about that. But like I said, the picture of that older grandma reminds me that things go by so fast. It just really does, and you got to remember. And the three things that you got to remember in life is how much you're loved. I really do feel that my family loves me, they respect me, they look up to me, they come to me for help and guidance, they come for me to Being the oldest, I'm responsible for all of the main events that goes on in everybody's life, like whose birthday's this week or whose birthday's this month, and when is so-and-so's anniversary, and how long has so-and-so been, what are we going to do for this, and how much are we going to spend for that. That's my responsibility, and I love it. The second thing is to know how you lived. I've lived a very good life. I have really with my money. Because I've been a juggler my whole life with my money. And I will go to my grave juggling my money. I know that. But you know what? I'm happy. I'm really happy. And I've never can say that there's anything in my life that I wanted for, that I wasn't able to, my money, to get. I've always got what I wanted in my life. And God has always provided for me. And so I'm happy with how I've lived. I really have. The only regret that I have in life, which I've told you many times, is that I've waited so long to try to lose my weight. My only regret. I mean, major regret. We all have regrets. We all think, well, I should have done this or I should have done that. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. But you know what? I really don't have that many regrets. Oh, here comes Jim. I hear him. He walked right past us. Walked right past us. And the last thing is how gracefully you accepted things. Not easy to do sometimes. But I try. I really do try. I really, really do try. I wanted to put a link to a channel down below is Valerie Reese. I admire Valerie Reese so much because she is so dedicated to giving to people, needy people, and for charities and things like that. She does all kinds of like marathons to raise money for worthy causes. She's constantly all year round knitting caps and mittens and different things like that for the poor. She contacts organizations. She contacted Bamba socks, which are the really good socks. They're a little expensive, but for every pair of socks that you buy, they donate a pair of socks. And I wear them. They're very good. Bamba, B-O-M-B-A. And she's in a project right now where she's working with From the Heart Stitchers. And it's an organization that helps the needy, like when they're going to the hospitals and stuff for things that they need or different things like that. But she explains it better than I'm explaining it. So make sure you go down to her, the link down below. It's Valerie Reese, R-E-E-S-E. I'll have a link to her channel down below. Go to her channel and watch the video. She explains it a lot better than I did. And you won't be disappointed. And while you're over there, subscribe to her. She does a lot of traveling. She used to cruise a lot, but with everything going on, she's not cruising right now. But right now she's planting her garden, and she's redecorating her house. She does all of her own work, her and her husband Steve. And it's a really good, informative channel, and you will not be disappointed. So check her out in the link down below. And with that being said, that's all the time I got today. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you tomorrow. Be safe.